What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. 2Bit Crypto here. Time to talk Terra Luna Classic. Now, we need to take a look at some interesting building that's gone on in 2023 that people don't seem to be talking about, as well as a very interesting proposal on Commonwealth from Vegas. We're going to break that down for you in this video, as well as taking a look at the price action and everything else going on. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to keep up to date with everything in the cryptocurrency market, all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, turn that notification bell on, and smash a like on this video. YouTube loves it when you guys hit that like button. And with that being said, let's take a look at the overall cryptocurrency market now, currently sitting at a $1.55 trillion market, 0.14 up. We are starting to see a slight recovery after that big dip. CPI came in okay. We got a little bit more than we wanted, but actually came in okay. So you can see Bitcoin there, 41,531 with a $24.5 billion volume, and ETH holding that 2,200 mark. So good news to see those starting to hold pretty strong. Now, there is some coins starting to pop off at the same time. There is some taking a bit of a big hit. Cosmos actually up 19%, which can only be good news for the entire ecosystem of which Terra Luna Classic is a part of. Now, the 63rd highest ranked cryptocurrency right now, Terra Luna Classic coming in at still holding that $1 billion market cap, but down on volume about 36%, 159 million. Now, that's not a surprise, as people will naturally be looking to pick up some altcoins, Bitcoin as well, at a cheaper price. A lot of people expecting this pullback, then rocket towards 48K. So we'll see what goes on with that. Just want to pop in, guys, and get a quick word from today's sponsor. Here we are then, once again, back on crypto.net, taking a look at some of these cases. You can see there is some pretty good cases, but the Binance case always been a favorite of mine. Now, this is a $10 case. Remember, you can open up to 10 cases on crypto.net with all of your favorite cryptocurrencies. What's this going to bag us? Looks like we might be walking away with a bit of Terra Luna Classic. There we go, $27.43. Remember, that's actually 150,000 Luna Classic right now. Again, the options, we can take the winnings, we can sell it straight back if we want to open more cases, or if we've got the money, we can simply just try again. Now, it's always worth having a look at some other cases. The SHIB versus Doge. Let's open 5 of these, total of $28.50. Now, top prize is a whopping $7.56 of SHIB, and even more on Doge. You can see there, looks like we're going to rock and roll with some Shiba Inu. Looks like a pretty decent one here. Going to be well into the hundreds, $246 on that one. So coming in with some 10 million SHIB. Now, again, like I said, remember, you can remove this through to your non-custodial wallet or whatever you deem. But I think my favorite case, the BTC case, can we bag ourselves a chunk of Bitcoin on this one? It's always a nice case. This in the Ethereum case, I do like. Looks like it could be $127.003. Now, imagine this is in the bull run. What could this price truly look like with crypto.net? So 127.06. Again, we can take it, we can sell it, or if we want, we can try again. As ever, though, you can take all of this out to your wallet using the platform. And again, thank you so much for crypto.net for sponsoring this video. Now, back to the action. I want to talk about 2023 has been a very interesting year, not only just for cryptocurrency, but for Luna Classic as well. In the background, though, there has been some very interesting build outs that, well, a lot of people don't seem to be talking about. It says, congratulations to the Luna Classic ecosystem. LUNC blockchain entered the top 15 most used networks at Now Nodes in 2023. Decided to celebrate the milestone with a unique article, complete guide on how to connect to a LUNC endpoint. And again, this is about adoption. This is about ultimately, being part of a massive ecosystem of which there is still a huge community. Validators are still part of it, and ultimately there is still life in this. Contrary to what a lot of people believe, there's still a significant of building going on with this. And actually, we are now starting to see some projects come to Luna Classic and start to build on the chain. So once again, the top 15 most used network on Now Nodes. Well, that brings users to the chain. That brings people wanting to do stuff on it. And I think that can only be a positive news. And likewise, we've seen this massive price hike absolutely is showing us what people are about and ultimately what they want to get involved with. But the good news does continue when it comes to Terra Luna Classic. So I wanted to cover off this. Now, a while back, Vegas did put a proposal together around the unstaking period of Luna Classic. For anyone who doesn't know, it's a 21-day cooldown period. From the moment you decide to undelegate your staking or your Luna Classic, it's 21 days until you can actually do something with it. Now, that has 2 benefits. One, it means it locks people into the ecosystem. And secondly, it stops instant selling, scammers, all the rest of it. It does, however, have a drawback in the fact that you've got to wait 3 weeks if you want to do anything with your Terra Luna Classic. Now, it's an interesting proposal. Let me know in the comments down below what you think. But ultimately, what Vegas is proposing here is that there is a quick unstake. There's an option to do it within 7 days, but that you pay a fee of which 30% would go back to the Oracle pool and ultimately therefore enhancing the chain. Now, this will only work in significant price spikes, as well as if people need to move funds out of Terra Luna Classic. Now, what it does offer, I guess, to a degree is a bit more flexibility, and people like flexibility. We see it with exchanges, that there is instant ability to destake or unstake your coins, and then either sell, move, buy, whatever it is you want to do about it. So I do think we're outdated in terms of our staking proposal. Now, that's fine when you have an algorithmic stable coin. That's fine when you've got massive volume. That's fine when you've got huge amounts of money, billions of dollars locked into your ecosystem. Right now, we have to be demanding of our customer base and what the customer actually wants. And if people want to unstake, then people want to unstake. What's the risk here? Right now, we are seeing a significant amount of unstaking. If we take a look, we're actually down to 14.45%. Bear in mind, this was nearly 16% at some point. So we do know that people are unstaking their Luna Classic. Now, is that in anticipation of trying to bag some profits, trying to get out of it? A lot of people were staking when the price was down. A lot of people just locked in with a view that in the long term, we were still going to be in a good place. And I still think we are, by the way. I still think there's more to come with Terra Luna Classic. I absolutely don't think we're out. And actually, this price spike, this volume that's come flying into the market tells me there is a real appetite for Terra Luna Classic, particularly from a lot of the community. So I think it's an interesting proposal. I think it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. It will ultimately fund the Oracle pool, which will be good news. That gives the staking rewards back, which we do know could potentially be a risk. The other thing, obviously, we talked about this in my previous videos, the community wallet and what we're going to do with that. Now, there's a debate whether we should have a new website, as well as this pay per job proposal that's going ahead as well. So a lot of exciting things starting to be built out. I talked about the community getting back into the swing of things, starting to bring some great ideas. Remember, great minds think about fantastic ideas. And I think that's really, really important. When you take a look ultimately into things like the community wallet, the stats that we've got, it's all pretty interesting. We also know that supply is continuing to burn, albeit volume is what we need. Now, the Binance burn could be pretty interesting. Remember now, it was 4 billion they burnt last time. Bear in mind, our volume will be significantly more for this next one coming up. Obviously, we've got a few weeks to wait for that, but it could be very, very interesting indeed. So what's going on with the price right now of LUNC? Well, here we go. We are just holding on that 100 EMA, which is kind of good news on the 4-hour chart. We want to see this consolidation sideways. Not a lot of volume. The volume's actually up here, where we might want to see this push back to the upside. Now, market sentiment hasn't been with us right now. We know that, but if you look down here on the Oscillator Pro chart, starting to move into the green, which is good news, bringing us back into a much more favorable position, both in the RSI and equally, therefore, in the price action. We do have a slight bearish divergence there with the 20 and the 50 crossing, which could see us push down a little bit, but it depends if this 100 is going to give us some support. What we've not got is a lot of volume here, so this could be quite aggressive down to maybe the 14th. My view, I think we get market movement. Equally, I therefore think we see some slight upward movement, particularly where we know the SEC has been meeting with a lot of these kind of ETF proposals. We might see this push into the 18.3s, maybe even heading back up to the 20s, where we have this significant level of volume. So it's going to be interesting to see, certainly for Terra Luna Classic. The volume is there though, the sentiment is returning, but let me know. What do you think of Vegas's proposal? Would you unstake if you could unstake in 7 days, or are you locked in to see what the future brings for Terra Luna Classic? As ever, thank you so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe on your way out, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.